So, in my video I made of the Commercial Avenue Monterey, Tennessee Railroad crossing video, I mentioned that this track never sees trains anymore. Well, I want to show y'all something. This is something unique I found. This is the Y that was used for Tennessee Central, and this is the remains of when Louisville and Nashville cut it up, unfortunately. So this is the actual main line, even though it's a leg of the Y that goes for that crossing. Here's a trail crossing. Now I believe this doesn't go to Monterey. Right, not this is Monterey. I'm an idiot. Now I believe that doesn't actually go to like Harriman or something like that. I think this used to be like a siding, like an industry track for now the modern day sand plant. I believe that is what got to Harriman, that track. Here's the crossing here. Stop signs and railroad crossing signs. Now here's the track that was never used after Louisville and Nashville. I believe they did use it just right before they actually tore it up. There's this track. Now this track has never been used since the L&N days. And this is the actual middle leg of the Y. Now this track has just not seen rail traffic in like decades. Now it hasn't seen a train since like 2021. I'm gonna give this one maybe like a good, maybe like since like the 1970s, and that this hasn't seen a train. I'm surprised the rails are in this good condition. If anyone knows anything about this Y, let me know. And I'm gonna make one more video in my small Monterey trip, that being the end of the Nashville and Eastern. Yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere down that line, finding the sand plant, and then there's like an extra mile of trackage parallel to the road. That just ends, and that was the end of the Nashville and Eastern. That's also where the L&N stopped cutting up trackage. Ooh, small crossing. That's when they stopped cutting trackage. The thing was, the Louisville and Nashville cut trackage between Crab Orchard and here, Monterey, because I believe it was for like it was some sort of like thing or something, like some sort of like something that was not really great. I don't know the word I'm trying to find, but you get the point. It wasn't really great. It was so that Southern passenger trains couldn't get to Nashville since modern day. Crab Orchard to Rockwood to Hoist, and this is the Nashville and Eastern, or was the Nashville and Eastern. And if all of this were class ones, this would be CSX, and Crab Orchard Rockwood would be Norfolk Southern, because this is attached. All of this trackage goes to the Nashville area with CSX, and the hoist now goes for Crab Orchard Rockwood, and I believe even Harriman goes to Harriman via that line to the Norfolk Southern. So yeah. If this trackage was never messed with and cut up, then we would have a weird thing. So yeah, I would continue down, but here's a switch. I don't even think you can throw it anymore. Ow, that's a good thorn. It got me really good. Yeah, you can't even do anything now. Well, here's this leg of the. I'll be back in a second. I have to pluck this stupid thorn out of my foot now. That's the most stupid reason I have to stop recording a video, but I'm back. Yeah, there's that stupid thorn. So now there's this leg of the Y, which is probably the part that was used the shortest time. Because the thing was, this part was probably still used by the Louisville and Nashville, but this part was instantly left behind and tampered with. As you can, well, clearly see, I can't even walk in the middle anymore. Now I can, I think. Yeah, you can just see the condition. Heck, me right now is probably the first thing that's been in this line in years. Heck, this track actually ends. Like, full on ends. Like, already before the railroad crossing. Ooh, railroad crossing. Well, not great one. Yeah, look at these ties. I'm surprised they're actually this clean. Yeah, this does indeed end right before the railroad crossing. It actually ends just at the road. Here's a extra rail. I don't remember this being here actually. And then, like I said, this area ends right here. That's just wow. And there's where I started off earlier. And let's go back up to the crossing one more time. That is the sand industry. That, I believe, used to be able to go to Harriman. So yeah. Long story short, if these tracks were not cut up, we would have probably had a southern passenger train service through Nashville, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong, or put it in the comments if you know the actual truth of why it was cut up in the first place. But all I know is it was for competition between the Louisville and Nashville and the Southern Railroad. So yeah, there's that. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all in the next one.